What exactly do we mean by a great sex life? Hi everybody, I'm Greg from Heart Tools, where we make it simple to build great relationships. And as we continue talking about sex in paradise and reclaiming God's amazing gift for your marriage, I want to invite you to think about, what do we mean when we say a great sex life? What do you think a great sex life is? Because I think for most of us, we are thinking in terms that are way too small. So in order to broaden our concept of what a great sex life is, let's take a look at the human sexual response cycle. The first stage of the sexual response cycle is excitement. And excitement begins in that first moment that we start thinking about sex and the sexual desire starts to turn on. And that leads to the second stage, which is arousal, which includes foreplay and is all the physical activity that leads up to the third stage, which is orgasm. And after that comes the final stage, which is resolution, which includes the afterglow that we experience, sometimes after sex, where we just feel close and we're in love and we're together, and then eventually, slowly, we become two separate people again. And now the cycle can be completed because as two separate people, we're ready at some point in the future to be excited about being together again. Now, if I were to take a stab at what most people in our culture believe great sex is, it's being as aroused as intensely as you possibly can be before achieving orgasm. That's great sex. And then great sex life is doing that as often as you can. The problem with this thinking is that there are a lot of things that can lead to a high, intense state of arousal before orgasm that don't lead to afterglow, that don't lead to a sense of deep connection.